Hey guys, welcome back to the Almost Vegan Mommy. Y'all, today has been intense. That's why I kind of look like this. I'm wearing this kind of janky shirt. I literally had half a glass of wine and I started to fall asleep. And so I'm like, wow, my body's really tired, because if it's reacting that way to the red wine, then I should cut myself off. But thank you guys so much for coming back. I wanted to share 4, maybe even 5 if I can think of one last minute, of why all nursing moms, so whether you nurse for 3 months or whether you nurse up until they're 2, why nursing moms should eat vegan. Alrighty, so reason number 1 is going to be you are going to have a non-fussy baby, no irritants in your milk, basically. So with my son, when he was a newborn, after every time he would nurse, he would just scream his head off. And we thought for a while that he had colic. The pediatrician thought he might have colic, but thankfully we have a very holistic and very amazing pediatrician. And my son is asking for Cheerios, so I'm going to go get him Cheerios real fast. Y'all, that kind of freaked me out because it's like 8 o'clock here and all of a sudden I saw a dark shadow come around the corner. Like made my heart jump. But my son has Cheerios now, so let's get back into it. So yeah, my son, the doctors thought he had colic. He was super irritable, screamed his head off after every nursing session, and our pediatrician recommended that we cut out dairy. And it was actually because of that, it was the beginning spark on eating vegan in the first place. And I did not realize how hard it was going to be to cut out dairy. And if you're going to cut out dairy for nursing, it's actually going to take about 7 to 14 days to completely get out of your system, especially if you are a very heavy dairy eater, which I was. I was a cheeseaholic, loved cheese. In fact, at the grocery store today, smelling the cheese samples at Kroger, it like literally made me salivate. And so I'm like, get back. I don't want any cheese. But we noticed within 3 days, he was probably 2 weeks old, his whole demeanor changed. His baby acne started clearing up. He was not crying after every nursing session. And within a week, he was literally a night and day different baby. Did not cry anymore. And really, it's the casein, a protein found in dairy that is so hard on their system to digest. And that's why a lot of formula-fed babies have a lot of gas and reflux, and it's because they're consuming a dairy-laden formula. So not to get on a rabbit trail, but reason number 1 why nursing moms should eat vegan is because it's going to cut out mainly the irritants in their breast milk, and that is dairy. Also, in meat, like beef and chicken and even fish, especially if you're not getting like grass-fed, hormone-free to a degree, it's gonna, when you're just getting conventional, the hormones in those products are going to carry through your breast milk into the child, and it can still result in maybe cradle cap, that flaking, baby acne, irritable digestion. And so that's also something to consider, and something that our holistic pediatrician made us aware of. So reason number 2 to eat vegan when you are a nursing mom is it's healthier for you as a woman to recover. And so when I did not eat vegan when I was nursing my son, I just cut out dairy. But I noticed that I was still super tired, and it took me a lot longer to bounce back postpartum wise. But when I had my daughter, I already cut dairy a week before, I gave birth. I'm like, I'm ready to go, I can do this. And we actually decided to eat vegan when she was about 3 or 4 weeks old. Just pull the plug, rip the Band-Aid off, let's just do it. Been dancing around it for a while. And y'all, my energy level, it just soared. And that's not me having some biased opinion. I'm not in a paid partnership with PETA or anything like that. It's my honest opinion, y'all. I didn't start working out or doing anything, didn't start taking vitamin B12 supplements. I just noticed my energy level took off. And let me clarify, when I say I was eating vegan, I was really eating whole foods, plant-based meals, not just like Oreos, which are vegan. I wasn't eating a lot of processed stuff. I was eating a lot of fresh vegetables, fresh grains, and my energy just took off. I was not tired. I shed that baby weight like that. I was happier. It was like my hormones stabilized. That's another thing, when you're eating the meat and stuff from cows and chickens and fish, those hormones seriously, they affect your postpartum hormones, and it can be harder to bounce back or even feel happier. So that's reason number 2. You're going to bounce back faster postpartum wise when you're eating vegan. You're going to recover faster, lose weight faster, have more energy. So reason number 3 for eating vegan when you are nursing is honestly finances. If you're one of those moms that is blessed to not have to worry about diapers and wipes, you can just go out and buy that 7th generation Honest Company diapers. Lord bless you. Impart it to me. That'd be awesome. But I'm like Kroger brand cheapest. What's the white bag that has the highest count of wipes that I can get the most bang for my buck? It's expensive when you have 2 kids that are in diapers and using wipes. And when you start eating plant-based and vegan, I've hit this in my other video, you see a decrease in your grocery bills. We were spending $25 or $30 a week on dairy and meat alone, and that was modest, spending compared to some families. And so reason number 3 is really saving money, to go towards things that you want for your child, whether it's an infant swim lesson or whether it's more diapers or more wipes. It takes the pressure off of you when you're making that grocery list. And this is real talk. This is the average American family. When you're menu planning and making that grocery list, having to decide, okay, do I get a 6-pack of chicken breasts this week? It's going to be $9 or $10, and have to sacrifice this for the kids, this snack for the kids, or maybe I have to buy a cheaper bottle of shampoo. So I encourage you guys, if budget things are an issue right now as a new mom, try eating vegan, try cutting out meat. It's going to save you a lot of money. All right, y'all, so reason number 4, I kind of hit on this with my reason number 2, and like I said, I'm really tired, so I should have maybe separated that more. But reason 2, was just energy level being up, from not eating meat and dairy, because it's very hard on your system to digest. And I kind of hit on reason 2, postpartum, how I recovered faster, emotionally speaking and physically speaking. So that's reason number 4. When you eat plant-based, when you're eating vegan, you are not consuming usually as much saturated fat, as much cholesterol, which is really hard for your body, almost near impossible to break down, and it takes a lot of your energy. That's when you retain that baby weight and you wonder why you're not recovering. And so when you eat vegan and plant-based, you're going to notice that postpartum recovery night and day difference. You're going to shed the weight faster. Your hormonal acne is going to clear up. I literally drove through, confession time, here we go, no judgment zone. I was so starving with the kids last week, and there was not some plant-based vegan drive-through restaurant here in Tennessee. And I broke down and I went to Wendy's and I bought a hamburger, and I deeply regretted it afterwards. And I know it's not some moral sin to eat a hamburger, but y'all, I felt terrible, like physically terrible afterwards. And I got 3 zits on my face a day later. I never get zits, and that just testifies to the cheese and the meat of eating that hamburger and the hormones that are in it and everything. It's just terrible for you. And I know I said that I might have a reason 5, and oh my gosh, I am amazed at how tired I am right now, because it just like departed from my mind what the reason 5 was. So 1 second, I'm gonna try and think about what it was. Y'all, I just remembered it 10 minutes later. I'm so excited. Like, I'm amazed right now, and I'm gonna say it before I forget it again. Reason number 5 for eating vegan when you are a nursing mom is because your milk supply actually goes up. And so if you look at Pinterest or on the internet or all these places that are like top 10 foods for milk supply, so besides like salmon, because of the omega-3s, you know, all of them are like nuts, seeds, grains, you know, veggies, everything like that. And when you're eating plant-based vegan, that is literally all you're eating, is all these superfoods, you know? It's not like you're sitting around eating Oreos like some vegans, but when you're a plant-based vegan eater, you literally are eating super nutrient, concentrated meals. And I noticed my milk supply with my daughter was twice as much with my son. I truly believe it's because I was eating more grains, more nuts, more vegetables, more fruits, you know, apricots and almonds and all these things that are on the top 10, you know, milk inducing foods. And so I never had to worry about my milk supply with my daughter, even pumping. And I know it's a big concern with a lot of moms. And so those are my top 5 reasons for eating vegan / plant-based when you are a nursing mom. last little tidbit I want to throw out there is if you have cut out dairy and you have cut out soy and corn and all these things, and you're wondering why your kid still has reflux and why they're still angry, one big thing I recommend cutting out is gluten, at least 50% of it in your diet. So my daughter, even at 2 weeks or 2 months old, when I was eating vegan, she was still projectile vomiting about every other nursing session. And we thought, what if we cut out gluten? Because gluten is actually very irritating on the digestive system. We cut out gluten, and within 24 hours, she was keeping down all of her nursing sessions and actually nursing longer. So I highly recommend trying to cut out gluten. I still eat gluten about 25% of the time, but I still cut it out because I like the way I feel better as well. So thank you guys so much. Thank you for your patience, and we will see y'all soon.